Jai Hind everyone. My name is Ankita Rani. I am working here as an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering in Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today we discuss the topic select the proper kind of windows, and this topic comes under the subject human computer interface. The subject code is KCS 058. So first of all, we have to discuss select the proper kind of windows. Means first of all we have to discuss means we know about what is window. So we basically all know that window is a particular area of the screen, usually rectangular in shape, which is defined by a border that contains a particular view of some area of the computer or some portion of a person's dialogue with the computer. Means like your laptop, your desktop and your mobile, means any screen, any screen like the screen of the mobile, screen of the desktop is called a window. So window is usually a rectangular in shape, and for example you see that on the system there is a dialog box or message box. So this box is also considered as a window. So it can be moved and rendered independently on the screen. So if we are talking about the window, so window can be moving, like for example when you are working on the computer, so you can open multiple windows at a time. For example, the person, the user can work simultaneously on two windows, and the window is can be moved and rendered independently on the screen. So a window may be small, containing a short message or a single field, or it may be a large, consuming most or all of the available display space. So window may be small, means for example the dialog box is coming, the message box, the alert box, the prompt box is called as a window, is a small window, and the large window is for example your screen, particular screen area of the window, like you are working on the Excel file or PPT file, or you are making any project. So this called as a large window. So a display may contain one, two or more windows within its boundaries. Like when we are talking about the boundary is the limit, means four corner of the screen. In the screen we open two window, three window, यानी कि multiple windows in the screen. So in this step the following is address, means when we are studying about the proper kind of windows, so certain points we have to consider. So these points are windows characteristics, windows component, windows presentation style, the types of windows available, organizing window system functions, windows operation, web system frames and pop-up window. So in window characteristics we are talking about the features of the window. Window components means the proper like title bar, menu bar, scroll bar, vertical scroller, horizontal scroller. So these are all the components of the windows. Window presentation style, there are basically three window presentation style. First is tiled window, second is overlapped window, third is cascading window. So these are the three presentation style of the window. The types of windows available means basically there are the two types of the windows. First is primary window and second is secondary window. There are some also windows like model and model-less window, cascading and unfolding window. So these are all the types of the windows which are available. Next is organizing window system functions. So there are some particular functions of the window, means how to organize a window, window operations like the work we do on the screen. These are all the window operations, web system frames and pop-up windows. Pop-up windows like dialog box, message box. So these are all the pop-up windows. And web system frames means particular the window has a border, the window has a frame, the outline. So this is the web system frames. So first we discuss about the window characteristics. First characteristics of window is a name or title allowing it to be identified. So first of all every window has a name, like its title bar, a name or the name of the window, the title of the window is put on the title bar, which is at the top of the page, top of the web page. The second is a size in height and width, which can vary. So every window has a size, like every window has some height and every window has some width, like 500 height and 250 width. So the size can be vary of the window, like for larger window the size is large, the for a smaller window the size is small. So size can be vary at any time for any window. Next is only active windows can have their content altered. If you are working on the screen and you are working simultaneously on 2 windows or 3 windows, so the changes you have made can be available only on your current screen, only on your active screen. Means if you are if you want to change in another window, so the changes will not be possible, because only active windows can have the possibility of alteration, can have the possibility of changing its content. Next is a window may be partially or fully hidden behind another window. So when we are talking about the overlapping window, so the window can be overlapped, means the window is partially or fully hidden. Like if you are opening first window and after that you are opening the second window, so the first window is hide between the second window. So the window can be hide, fully hide or partially hide. Next is information within a window may extend beyond window's display area. If your information is larger information, so the information can also extend beyond the Windows display area, because window has a particular display area. So information whatever information you have displayed on the screen, so the information must within the window. So presentation is arranged in relation to other windows, like tiled windows, overlapping windows or cascading windows. So these are the 3 presentation style: tiled window, overlapping window and cascading window. In these windows, we know about the presentation style. We study about the presentation style. These are the 3 representation of window. Next is a method for manipulation of the window on the screen. So if the user working on the window, so they can manipulate their windows, they can update anytime, they can add it, they can change anytime. So there are the methods available for the manipulation on the screen. Next is its highlight, that is the part that is selected. So if you are want to highlight some part, so you can select that part on the window. So these are all the characteristics which the particular window must have, like name, size, active windows, content is altered. So these are all the window characteristics. So next is windows are useful in the following, like presentation of different level of information. Like if you are displaying the information in different levels, like there are the, for example, we taking 3 levels. First is easy level, second is medium level, third is tough level. So there are the particular 3 ways of representing the information on the window. Like for example, if you are talking about the easy style, yeah, you have to display a easy information, so you can use tiled window. And if you want to share the complex information, then you can use cascading window or overlapping window. Next is presentation of multiple kinds of information. For multiple kinds of information means you have to share the multiple information, like multiple windows. For this you have to use a multiple windows. Like so, for sharing the multiple kind of information, you can use overlapping window or cascading window, because in overlapping window you can open more than one window, and similarly in the cascading window you can also open more than one window. Next is sequential presentation of levels or kinds of information. So the information you have shared on the window screen, so there are some sequence. It's nothing like that. You can share in the information randomly on the screen, whether wherever you want. So the information you have shared on the screen, it must be in the sequence. Next is access to different sources of information. So there is a some button, or there is a some sources, there is a some facility which available on the window. So the user can easily access to different sources of information. Next is combining multiple sources of information. So if you are combining multiple sources of information, like in the window screen, you want to put multiple links of any website, multiple links of any page. So you can put all the links of that website in single page. So if you are so if you want to share the multiple sources of information, the window are also very helpful or also very useful for sharing the multiple information. Next is perform more than one task. So in this, perform more than one task means the user can work simultaneously on 2, 3 or 4 windows and so on. For example, with the help of the cascading window or with the help of the overlapping window. So with the help of these two windows, user can perform more than one task at a time. If user want to perform only one task at a time, then they can use the tiled window. Next is reminding. So window are useful or also useful for sending any reminder. Next is monitoring. Basically the work of the window is monitoring, because if you want to monitor anything, if you want to monitor any website, like dynamic websites, windows are very useful. Next is multiple representation of the same task. Like if you want to share same pages or same information multiple times, then the window are also useful in that. Next is there are some components of a window, like first is frame border. Frame border means there are the four corners, the outlines of the window screen area, particular screen area, outline of the particular screen area, the frame. So you can so border is the main component of the window, which show the height, which show the boundaries of the window. Next is title bar. Title bar is the in title bar we have to put the name of the window. So it is at the top of the page. Next is title bar icon. So if you also want to use the icon, then you can also use the icon for the title bar. Next is window sizing button. Window sizing button means every window screen has some height, has some width. So there are the button available on the screen area on the window. So with the help of these button, you can set the height of the window and you can set the width of any window or of any page. What's this button? So what's this button is also available in the window area. Next is menu bar. In menu bar, for example, if you are making the text file, if you are making the PowerPoint presentation, if you are making the Excel file, the menu bar is at the top 4 inches of the particular screen. Like for example, home, insert, tools, file. So these are all the menu bar. So if you are clicking on the menu bar, then they can show the drop down menu list. Next is the status bar. So if you want to share, if you want to know the status of status of any information, then you can use this bar, status bar. Next is scroll bar. So there are the two scrolling bar on the window screen. First is vertical scroll bar, second is horizontal scroll bar. For the information, you horizontally, if you view the information, then you can use the horizontal scroll bar. Next is the vertical scroll bar. So for the vertical scroll bar, you can scroll the page from top to the bottom of the screen. Next is split box. split box में split bar. So in the split box, there the option of the split bar is available. Next is the toolbar. Toolbar, in this there are the multiple tools are available. So the user can use these tools for making any file, for making like PowerPoint file, and making any Excel file, Word file, or making any project. So user can use the toolbar. Next is the command area. Command area, like the button, like OK button, cancel button, means the any command which you have to give in to the user. Like user want to give the command is like yes or no, the OK button, cancel button. So these are all the buttons are come under the command area. Next is size grip. Size grip means you can select, you can adjust the size of any window, like height or width. Next is work area. Work area like is a particular screen area, like which is usually a rectangular screen area. Or next is dialog box, prompt box. So these are also come under the work area. So these are the components of a window. In this diagram you can see all these components. So at the top of the screen, first is the title bar. So like in this screen, the title is written untitled. So the name of the window is untitled. You can give any name which you want to the screen, to the page. So this is called as title bar. Next is like this file, edit, view, window, help. So these all are the toolbar. Next is this is the button of maximize. This is the button of the maximize. This is the button of the minimize. So for this the user can minimize, and in this you have to written the name of the page, like title bar. So this is the title bar. If you are talking about the file, edit, view, windows, help, so these are all the tools. For example, these are all the menu bar. Like file, if you are clicking on the file, there are some options are available. Menu bar like new, open, save, save as. So these are all the options are available when you are clicking on the file. This is the particular client area, like this. This is the particular screen area. It is also called as a screen area. Screen area, which we have to talking about this area. Next is, this is the horizontal scroll bar, and this is the vertical scroll bar. So by clicking this, you can also scroll the page. By dragging this, you can also scroll the page. So this is the window frame. This is the window frame, and this is the control menu. Control menu means through this help you can control the whole operations of the window area. So this is the minimize button. Through this you can minimize your window, and through this you can maximize your the components. These are the example of all the components of how to show this on a particular screen. Next is window presentation style. Window presentation style. The presentation style of a window refers to its special relationship to other windows. Means with the help of the window presentation style, they show the relationship between the other windows, like tiled window, overlapping window, cascading window. So these are all the three types of the windows. With the help of these three windows, they show the representation of how to represent your window. What is the style of your window? So these three basically show the style. Okay, the first type of window presentation style is tiled window. So tiled window are very easy, and according to the studies, these windows are beneficial for the novice or inexperienced pupil, means the learning pupil. The new user can use the tiled window. They yield better user performance for tasks where the data require little window manipulation to complete the task. Basically, the tiled window is useful for the single task. So in this there are the no manipulations available. There are the no manipulation, there are no changes are available in the tiled window. Every window is always completely visible, eliminating the possibility of information being hidden. So in this, the whole information is completely visible because this window is beneficial for the single task. So in this, no information is hidden. Only a limited number can be displayed in the screen area available, because the tiled window is useful for the smaller task, for the single task. So there are only a limited number can be displayed. So as windows are opened and closed, existing windows change in size. This can be annoying. So if the user very frequently opening a window or closing a window, so the size can change. Existing window size can be changed. So this can be annoying for the user. As the number of displayed windows increases, each window can get very tiny. As the window sizes increases, the window can get very tiny. As windows change in size or position, the movement can be disconcerting. So if you are changing the size, if you are changing the position of the window, so this movement can be distracting the user. They permit less user control because the system actively manages the window. So in this, more control is to the system and less control to the user. Less user control and more system control, because system is manages the whole operation on this window. System is manages the whole manipulation on this window. This is the image of the tile window. So in this image, you can see that this is the tile. This is the one tile. This is second tile. This is the third tile. First tile, second tile, third tile, fourth tile. So the information is arranged in a tiled manner. So the concept behind the tiled window is of the tile which you are using in our homes. So in this, the information is provided in a sequential manner, like these are the tiles. So the new user or novice user can easily understand and can easily read any information on this screen. So in this, there are the no hidden information and there are the no manipulations in the window screen area. So this is the useful for the learning user or novice user or inexperienced pupil. Next is overlapped window. Overlapping window may be placed on top of one another like paper on a desk. Means in overlapping window, user can perform multiple tasks at a time. They possess a three-dimensional quality, appearing to lie on different places. So they resemble a 3D look because in this, multiple windows are open. The user can work multiple. So greater control allows the user to organize the windows to meet his or her needs. So when we talking about the tiled window, in tiled window, user has a less control, but in overlapping window, the user has a greater control because in this there are the multiple tasks. The size of this window is large. The management of this window is complex. Uh, so uh, the user has a greater control, the user has a more control. Windows can maintain larger size for larger tasks, for large tasks, for complex tasks. This window can be used. Window can maintain consistent size and position if you are frequently opening or closing any window. So the size is consistent, the size is not changes very frequently, and the position of the window is not changes. There is less pressure to close or delete window, no longer needed. So if there are some windows which no longer needed to the user, so there are the no pressure to that. You have to mandatory close that window, you have to mandatory delete that window if you are not using this window. So there are less pressure. They are operationally much more complex than tiled window. More control functions require greater user attention and manipulation. We previously talked about the tiled window is similar, is very simple, but the overlapping window is complex. So in this, because there are the multiple tasks user can perform simultaneously, so there are the many functions required, and there are the many manipulations user can perform. So the management of this, how to manage overlapping window is difficult. So windows themselves can be lost behind other windows and be resumed not to exist. So if the user can perform multiple tasks, so sometimes the user can lost some window. So if the window is lost, means the information of the user is lost. So because in this overlapping window, the information, there are some windows which is completely hidden, so user cannot resume to that window. So this is the image of the overlapping window. This is the first window. This is the second window. This is the third window. So in this screen area, this is the particular screen area, particular window. So in this, we opened the three window. Like this is the first window, this is the second window, and this is the third window. And these all three windows are overlapping to each other. Sometimes because of the overlapping, some window is missing, some information is missing or lost. Next is cascading window. Cascading windows are the special type of overlapping window. The concept behind the cascading windows is same as the concept behind of the overlapping window. So no window is ever completely hidden. So the main difference between the overlapping window or cascading window is that in overlapping window, some window are completely lost, completely hidden, but in cascading window, no window is completely hidden, means every window is partially shown to the user. Bringing any window to the front is easier. So every window is shown to the user, is visible to the user. So the user can bringing any window to the front at any time, because the window is not completely hidden in the cascading window. Next is it provide simplicity in visual presentation and cleanliness. So in this, no window is completely hidden, so it also provide the simplicity in visualizing. So this is the image of the cascading window. So cascading window is look like this. In this, every window is shown to the user like this. This is the first window, second window, third window, fourth window, fifth window, sixth window. Means every window is partially shown to the user. No window is completely hidden to the user. So the and sometimes also the window is overlapping. This also the window is overlapping. So there are the both the concept of overlapping and cascading in this window are available. Picking a presentation style. So in this, the user can understand about what style they have to pick. So if you are picking the tiled window, so tiled window is used for single task activities. If you want to perform the single task activities, you have to use only one window, then you can use the tiled window. Data that need to be seen simultaneously, task requiring little window manipulation, like you don't have frequently changes the window, opening or closing a window. So the task which require minimum manipulation, minimum window changing, so this window is useful for that. And for the novice person or for the inexperienced user, tiled window can use, because the new person, the learning user, can easily understand the tiled window. Overlapping window. Overlapping window is useful for the larger task, is useful for multiple tasks, like the user want to perform the multiple task at a time, like switching between tasks, like you want to frequently opening a window and closing a window. So switching between tasks is available in the overlapping window. Next is task necessitating a greater amount of window manipulation. So in a tiled window, manipulation is not available, but in overlapping window, greater amount of manipulation is available. User can easily manipulate any window in the overlapping overlapping windows. Expert or experienced user. This window is useful for the expert person, for the experienced user, because the new user can very confused if they are using the overlapping window, because it is very complex. So it is useful for the experienced persons. Unpredictable display content, because in this multiple tasks are performed simultaneously, so sometimes the user cannot predict the what content is to the next. So this is the unpredictable display content are available in the overlapping window. So there are the some types of windows. There are the basically two types of windows: primary window and secondary window. So primary window are those window which show to the user. For example, this whole window is show. So this is the primary window. So it should represent an independent function or application. Means this window does not dependent to any other window. Used to present constantly used window components and control, for example, menu bar items. So in primary window, the user can work constantly, and for example, if you are selecting the menu bar item, for example, if you are clicking on the file button in the Word file, so the drop down menu are available like file, open, save, new. So in this no secondary window, there is the no use of the secondary window, and it is used for presenting information that is continually updated, for example, date and time. So date and time are the thing which is continuously updated per second. In every second, date and time will be changed. This is beneficial for that. It is often called main window or application window, because this is our first window. So this is called as the main window or application window, and it do not divide independent function into two or more primary windows, because primary window is a single window and it is not divided in any other function. Next is secondary window. Secondary window is the dependent window, because secondary window is dependent on the primary window. So a dependent, so there are the two possibilities are available: dependent secondary and independent secondary. So in a dependent secondary, it can only be displayed from a command on the interface of its primary window. It is typically associated with a single data object and appears on top of the active window when requested, and it is movable or scrollable. Next is, if you are talking about the independent secondary, it can be opened independently of a primary window. For example, a property sheet displayed when the user clicks the properties command on the menu of a desktop. So there are the some Microsoft Windows are available as a secondary type. First is Dialog Box, Property Sheet, Property Inspector, Message Box, Palette Windows, Popup Windows. So these are all the examples of the secondary windows. So this is the secondary window. In this is the secondary window. This is our primary window. So in secondary window, every dialog box or message box is available. If you are clicking on that window, after that you will work on the primary window. So this is the example of the secondary window. Next is modal and modal-less window. Modal window will not permit interaction with another window until the current dialog is completed. For example, if a user can work on any screen, and suddenly the dialog boxes came, and there are the two options, yes or no. So until the user not click on the yes button, then modal window will not permit the interaction with another window. So until you have to close the dialog box window, after that you can work on their window. So this is the modal window. Model dialog box typically, so in this the example is like message box, prompt box, question box. So these are all the examples of the modal window. Next is model-less window. In this, switching between the windows, switching between the interaction between the two windows are available. So user WAN interaction with other windows must be permitted, and interaction between the two other windows, interaction with the other windows must be repeated. So in model window, interaction is not permitted, and in model-less window, interaction is permitted between the windows. Next is cascading and unfolding window. So in cascading window, there are the multiple advanced options are available at a lower level, and it provide a command button like OK button, cancel button. They provide no more than 2 cascades in a given path, and they do not cover previous critical information. Next is unfolding. Unfolding is also provide some advanced options at the same level. In cascading, options are available at the lower level, but in unfolding, options are available in the complex dialog at the same level. It also provide a command button with an expanding dialog symbol, and so these are the expanding. And so this is the example of cascaded window. In this, there are the command buttons are available. These are the command buttons: OK, cancel, setting, network, help. These are the command buttons which are available in the cascaded window, and these are all the advanced options if you want advanced options at the lower level. And this is the unfolded window. In unfolded window, there are also a command button like cancel, connect, setup, remove, help. So these are all the install. These are all the command buttons which available in the unfolded window. And this is the some advanced options are available at the same level. Next is dialog box. Dialog box are the smaller window used for presenting brief messages, used for requesting specific temporary actions. cut kar do. Used for requesting specific temporary actions, used for performing actions that take a short time to complete, and they are not frequently changed. So the user any task which can be performed in a short time, so usually be those that do not occur frequently. So the command button in dialog box are available: OK button, cancel button, and the other if necessary. So this is the example of the command button. For example, if you want to save any file, so in this, you have a file name, the file text like RTF, TXT. So this is the dialog box. Until you click on the open button or cancel button, this window cannot be closed until you select the option. So this is the example of the dialog box. Next is property sheets and property inspectors. Property sheets are the secondary windows which provide 2 other techniques for displaying properties. So these are the 2 properties, displaying properties, which is used for presenting the complete set of properties for an object, and they categorize and group within property pages as necessary. So in this, command button are also available like OK, cancel, apply, reset. Other command buttons are available in every window. If you are talking about the dialog box, if you are talking about the secondary window, in property sheet, property inspector, command buttons are available in every window. So this is the example of the property sheets. In property sheets, we does not want to other secondary window. Everything is done in that window. Like you have to set a month, you have to set a date and time, and you have to set the time through. From that, you have to select a year, you have to select a date. So in this window, the whole thing you can perform in this window. The user does not want, and the user does not need any secondary window. Next is property inspector. This is the property inspector. In property inspector, it is used for displaying only the most common or relevant information, or which the object which is frequently used. So property of an object are displayed by using a dynamic viewer or browser that reflect the properties of the current selection. So if you working on the Word file, so if you want to select font style, font size, bold, italic, underline, so you can select these with the help of the property inspector. Next is the message box. Message box is similar to the dialog box. If the message require the user make a choice, like including a command button like OK, okay, cancel, help, yes and no, and stop. These are all the choices available in the message box. So in message box there are the three. This is the progress message box. This is the yes or no message box. This is the message box choices. So there are the three symbols in the message box. First is, this is the symbol of the information. This is the symbol of the warning, and this is the symbol of the critical. So, and through message box choices, user can select yes or no or cancel. And in this, they show the status bar, like progress message box user can use. And this is the yes or no, means this is the warning message. This is also a warning message. So the type of the message, user can select the button, whether it is information message, whether it is a warning message, or whether it is critical. Next is the palette and pop-up windows. Palette and pop-up windows are the last windows. Last windows in the type of the windows. Palette windows are model-less secondary window that present a set of controls. Palette windows are come under the category of the secondary windows, and these are distinguished by their visual appearance. For example, a collection of images, colors, or patterns. If the user can use the color, then there are the color palettes are available. The title bar for a palette window is shorter and include only a close button. So use pop-up windows to display additional information, for displaying textual labels, for displaying context sensitive help information. And pop-up windows do not contain standard secondary window components such as a title bar and a close button. So this is the example of tool palette. This is the tool palette, like for this is the eraser, this is the pen, this is the color filling. So these are all the tool palette, and this is the, similarly there are the options are available. And next is color palette options is also available. So this is the look of the palette. So this is this is the type of the windows which we study in this lecture. Okay, thank you.